This is Honey. Welcome to the Honey and Harry Show.
And this is Harry.
And today I have a special guest. Again, another special guest. I have all of my special friends that are coming and supporting me doing this. This is Monitetra King. She is a social worker, and she's going to talk to us today about how to deal with seasonal depression. Some things that are hard during the holidays. I know the holidays are always, I love the holidays. They're so fun. But it also can be really sad time, especially if you've lost somebody or just family dynamics. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about there's such a thing called seasonal depression. Like I feel like I might have that where it gets darker and it's cold and we're not outside as much. So
there is such a thing called seasonal depression because you are absolutely right. We don't get enough sun and we're forced to come inside. So sometimes when we're forced to come inside, we're forced to deal with our family members more versus, I'm just going to go to a football game. I'm going to watch a tennis match, up till 8 o'clock at night.
Exactly.
You can be out. But yeah, there is such a thing called seasonal depression. But right now, it's not necessarily seasonal depression. It's holidays.
Holidays, and the holidays can kind of...
Oh, very, very triggering, particularly if you've lost someone.
Yes.
Be it like an expected death, someone's easily transitioning, or something sudden.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas should be a time of joy and happiness, but so much of it has gotten commercialized.
Yes.
And these unrealistic expectations for us to buy. And I remember we were talking yesterday, you remember you saying something about, I feel I need to make people happy. Well, people are responsible for their own happiness.
And I love, and I'm going to tell everybody this real quick. Love Monitetra. Her and so Claire, we were so lucky to get you from Katrina, right? That's how y'all ended up here.
Yes, ma'am.
You ended up at St. Michael's. Claire did. And Lindsay and Claire hit it off right away. They ran track. And I was a very young mom back then. And you didn't know it, but you were kind of guiding me through a little bit. And but you also guide a lot of people through. That's your job. That's your thing.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I'm so glad that we have you here now.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to the holiday depression, I know I have a friend who lost her husband during the holidays and her mother, and within a day apart. So, what are some ways that people can besides, I know there's always medication, there's things you can do, but what are some other things that people can do
to manage the loss? I think the biggest thing people do is try to ignore it and pretend it happened, but I'm not going to deal with it. It's like taking a can of peas and you're stuffing it. You're stuffing the grief, the loss, the tears, the memories that you had, and you put it in the can and you stick it in the pantry. Over time, that pantry gets very full.
It does.
And then you can't close the door, and then everything comes tumbling out. The worst thing you could do is be to try to do that. The best thing is to honor it, recognize it, memorialize it.
Yes.
I know for Thanksgiving last year, many of my cousins, we're all first cousins, and we only have one matriarch left.
Oh.
And we lit candles with their names, if we didn't have a picture, or the picture. So they ate with us. And
I love that.
We can do that. And
that's a great idea. Mm-hmm. Because it's not like forgetting about them.
You can't forget because they're imprinted emotionally.
See, and
forever.
Why do we think that? It's like that's one of the things you're like, okay, well, just
think about it. Out of all of the commercials you see, and they're these beautiful, thin people having a great time, but you never see anybody taking a favorite flower to a gravesite.
Never.
That should be part of it.
No, you're right. It should. And also the pleasing thing too. That's the other thing. I have a big issue with that. I feel like I want to make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a huge problem with that. And I get real anxious during the holidays. My anxiety goes out the wazoo. I just want to make sure everybody gets what they want. And it's like you told me, why? There's so many
Where is that written?
Where is that written? Yeah, that's what you said. Where's that written? But then I was sitting there, I talked to you in the parking lot. I'm saying the only thing I remember from being young was never a present. I can't even tell you what my parents, one year I can tell you what they gave me. It was a baby doll and a bike, and I really wanted that. But other than that, I don't remember anything. I just remember being with my aunts and my uncles and my grandparents and the tree, the size of the tree, like we talked last week.
The food.
Oh my gosh, the food. I mean, it's the lights, going to look at, that's
Absolutely.
free.
That's free.
It's a Christmas light. So you don't always have to
have things. Because see, here's the thing with things. So let's just say you get iPads, iPhones, every iPod on demand, Birkenback, whatever. For an hour, 2 hours, maybe even a day, they're happy.
Oh, yeah.
But then a week or two,
or you know what I see?
They're back with this emotional void.
No, you're right. And then I'll see my kids spend all this money on my grandkids, and the next thing I know, all the shit I bought is, oh, excuse me, Dad, all the stuff I bought.
Bleep.
Didn't mean to say that word. But all the stuff I bought, I see Ryan taking the Goodwill, and I'm like, oh my goodness, so I'm like, and then I'm like, you can't bring that to Goodwill. Y'all bring it to my house now. So I have like all these old toys at my house because I can't let it go because I know what I spent on it. Isn't it crazy?
Let it go because it can bring joy
to someone else.
Bring it to a shelter.
No, because I don't like bringing it to Goodwill. Mm-hmm. I just don't. I don't know why. I mean, Goodwill is great. We bring stuff to Goodwill sometimes, but I want it to really benefit somebody.
So find a shelter, bring it to a shelter.
Battered Women's Shelter here is supposed to be. I know we donated some stuff to St. Vincent's de Paul.
Homeless shelters.
Yeah.
Especially around this time of year.
We need to, you know what? You're motivating me because you would not like me if you saw
all the toys that you
hoarding.
have.
I hoard toys. That's my thing. I don't hoard anything else, but I hoard toys.
You're not hoarding toys. You're hoarding emotional memories.
Yes, I don't want to let it go. I still have.
That's what you're hoarding.
No, I still have an old McDonald's that I got. Remember, Dad? You can come on here for a second. So I had a playroom. My playroom was across the hall. And y'all, I came home one day and my parents got rid of all my little people and their houses. And I think we had to give them to a family. And we went to their house to give to the family. And I was like, so mad I did not like those kids because I didn't want them taking my toys.
Yeah, that was an experience that had mixed emotions attached to it.
I never played with it. That's the thing. I know I wasn't playing with it anymore. I was just I'm sure I wasn't. I'm sure my mom would not have given, my mom's not like that. I'm sure she said, she's not playing with this, but for some reason I felt the need to keep it. So no, you're right. Getting rid of that stuff and letting somebody else enjoy it.
Absolutely. And that would even give you a greater sense of.
Well, no, give me joy to give because I love to give. I'm a big giver. So that would.
Yeah, I know.
A big giver. But also I want to talk about this. You have a race and this is really good for people who are struggling with depression. Dad, can you pull that up?
Besides antidepressants, there's so much research that says just getting out in nature, walking and moving. So my sorority, Baton Rouge Sigma Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, has a 5K, 10K March 16th. It will take place on Southern University's campus. Right now we're in regular, registration. So scan that QR code.
Oh, yes.
And register for the race. It's a 5K, 10K. And right after we have a health summit and economic development. So after you, run and eat this fabulous jambalaya, then you can shop as well.
That's awesome. Well, I know last year you invited us to go.
Yeah.
And I think Carter had a baseball tournament or something. But you know what? I think I'm going to come this year, even if Lindsay can't, because Peanut probably could come with me.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, I want to definitely do that because I know for me, even if you can't run,
you can walk it.
Like Mama. I could bring Mom with me. We could just walk it, be outside. And I feel like when I get upset or if I'm stressed, going to exercise really helps me a lot. So, so tell me about like different ways that we can help people during this time.
Self-care is important. And that's something especially women forget to do because we're so busy, being the captains of our ships, making sure everything is done, running everybody's life. We forget to take care of ourselves. And we also forget to sleep, getting enough sleep, recognizing when you're fatigued, learning to say no, which is a biggie.
I can't do that for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me.
And then you get all frazzled and short and irritable. And this is what's supposed to be a happy time.
I know.
And which is contraindicated. So
I know.
when you're trying to make people happy, but then you're being irritable with them.
I know. I love seeing people happy though. It's where I get my joy.
But what happens when you can't make someone happy?
That's what makes me sad. I know. I've had.
So again,
yes.
where is it written that you are responsible for someone's happiness?
See, I love when you say stuff like that.
You're only responsible for your own.
That's right. And what's good ways to deal with anxiety during this time of year?
Breathe.
Set
boundaries.
Set boundaries.
Recognize your limits.
So that's a good one to say. Because I think we need to learn to set boundaries during this time of year, because it's not I'm just going to say we definitely need to set boundaries. We do.
And then you need to ask yourself, why is it so difficult? Why is it difficult to say no?
Yeah. No, you're right.
You got to remember, you may have some people, relatives, that may bully you into, doing something that, well, she's not going to say no. She's never said no.
No.
Recognizing that you could be tired and fatigued.
No, you're right. And also money. Money's a huge thing.
Money is ginormous.
Oh my gosh. And it breaks it's so sad, because it's like just so unfair. Like, when you see kids and, I'm going to have a show with Santa. And one of my things, Santa can't give everybody everything. It's not good for you. But, it breaks my heart when I see that sometimes, like when some kids get so much, and then there's some kids that
don't get anything.
They don't get anything. And then I know that has to hurt them. You know what I mean? It just, the money. So how do you do it like the money?
Younger kids, but older kids, I think it's
older kids, to understand.
That parents just need to have an honest conversation. You know what? Times are tight. Father lost his job. My hours have been cut. So we can't get you what we would like, but let's think of something that we could actually give each other. Something as simple as, and I ran across this and I said, oh my God, this is wonderful. So you get everybody around the table, you collect pieces of paper and have them decorated, colored, whatever. And on it, let's say if you and I were sisters, on it, I would say, Lori, my wish for you is.
Oh, I love that.
And then you write the wishes, right? And you fold it up and then you give them to him at midnight on Christmas.
I would love that. That is probably, wouldn't you like that, Dad?
Good idea.
That's a great idea. I think that takes off some of the pressure too, because like.
I would treasure that more than.
Me too.
A pair of diamond earrings.
Me too.
Because I'm going to carry that for forever.
Me too. Well, I don't like diamonds. Isn't that funny? You do? I don't like diamonds because I don't have a lot of money. So I like jewelry that's big. So my favorite place is QVC. So, or like these big earrings that I like to wear. See, I think these are fabulous. If my husband...
And they're fun.
They're fun. And I don't think diamonds are that fun for me. They're just not that interesting. They're expensive. If you lose... I lost my diamond one time and it wasn't fun losing that. So
yeah.
But no, I also was thinking too, like getting back to what you were saying, other things that we can do, like how Dad and I said last week, like cooking the favorite meals for the birthdays, and maybe asking each child what they want for Christmas dinner or
dessert.
Board games, like
board games are fun. Dance-offs are fun.
Dance-offs are so much fun. Oh, I'm all in with the dance. Not that I can dance so well. I think I can, but anyways. But no, there's other things that I think we need to like tell people what are the other things that they can do besides getting in that trap of going into debt and being miserable during the holiday season.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Don't believe the hype. And the commercials are slick and beautiful, and like I said, and they're thin.
Well, it's just like Home Alone, okay?
Yeah.
We watch it every year. And it's like one of my favorite movies because I think the little kid's he's so funny. But it's like, who in the world lives in that house? Like, who could afford that? You think about that house that he lived in Home Alone.
I think it sold recently, too.
Did it really? Oh, my gosh. Like, I would love to live in that house.
That's a lot of house.
I know, but it's just because of the movie. And it's just so fun, to have that many rooms. But like, that's what the holidays is about, though. Like,
fun.
Everything's perfect. Everything's fun. Like a lot of the movies you watch. And we all the Hallmark Channel, you know, and everybody wants that perfect. Nobody's family's perfect. I mean,
we all have something.
My family, yeah.
Somebody who's alcoholic, somebody who.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
The gossiper, somebody who's never going to be happy or whatever. Families are just puzzles with these interesting pieces, you know?
And that's what I want people to know too, because it's like, my family has so much drama sometimes, you know? And
No.
Yes. Oh my God. And our extended family, just saying. And everybody you talk to, it's not what you think it is. And now, look, I am happy. It's the holidays. Santa's coming to town. I am going to make the most of this month. I am going to wear the craziest outfits, and I'm going to have fun doing it. That to me is more fun than anything you can give me. I don't want any. I tell my kids every year, please don't buy me anything. There is nothing you can give me that I need or I want. I even tell mom that. I'm like, please don't buy me anything. I don't want anything. I just have my own like fun. Like I get excited when I see a Santa Claus. I mean, I just wish people would be like, I want people to be more just appreciating the little things. And I don't know how.
The little things that connect us. Like you like to dress up. One of the things Claire and I love to do would be to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation one.
Yes, the OG.
Yes, and we would sit in my bed and watch it, and we would quote some of the lines or act out some of the scenes. Hilarious.
I love it.
And then we watch Frosty the Snowman.
Yes, right after. And so
right after.
See, and those, I'm going to be honest with you, that is what makes me happy about the holidays. It isn't going to the mall. It isn't going to be like what's under the tree. I mean, come on. Even if my husband gave me a 5-carat diamond, which he wouldn't, he might. No, I'm teasing. He never
hint,
would.
Hint, wink, wink, nod, nod.
QVC, 5-carat diamond. But anyways, I just, that doesn't do it for me. Isn't that crazy? Like I remember that we went to Dollywood one year with some friends, and like I had the best time at Dollywood. Not that I was spending money at Dollywood or anything, but I just had the best time just walking around in my Christmas sweaters, and like the people over there appreciated my sweaters. Now, see, and this is another thing I have beef with. Everybody used to put my Christmas sweaters down, and now everybody's wearing one.
Because ugly sweater took off.
It took off. Because like in the 80s, remember the 80s?
The ugly sweater Christmas contest.
Oh my God.
But people got into it, and people got creative.
Everybody loved the sweater. But then they went through a point where, I mean, I even had friends that were like, oh, I would never wear a Christmas sweater. I'd never wear earrings. Well, girl, don't wear one now. Okay.
It's a whole new cottage market.
I feel like, look at it. I mean, it's great. This is my Christmas sweater, and it makes me happy. And that's why I hope it. And I really do think, like, when I walk into a store, like today I walked into a store and I'm all dressed up like this, it makes people happy. It puts a smile on their face.
Another thing families could do, because, you know, decorations can be expensive.
It can be.
YouTube, Dollar Tree, Christmas decorations. Don't go down the rabbit hole. But they have so many things you can create, like creating a snowman out of laundry baskets.
Now look.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so creative. I mean, I'm ashamed to say it was 2 a.m. one morning because I had gone down the rabbit hole, and I was like, all these ideas. I was like, oh my God, and I didn't spend $20. Yeah.
So, you know, but the Dollar Tree's great. But, you know, when I was young and we didn't have it, we really didn't have any money, nothing. I remember Lindsay and I, we did the popcorn with the needle.
Yeah.
And we took popcorn, and that went around our whole tree. We did that. We worked on that. It took us a while, but we did it. And I cut construction paper, and she did the chain links, and we put that around, and we used that. So and it was actually so much fun to build. We made all of our ornaments. Every ornament we had, we made with construction paper. And we didn't even go to the dollar. Couldn't even probably afford the dollar store then. And it was like, if we had popcorn, if we had, you know, whatever we had, we made use of, and we decorated, and I had like, you know, I think that raffia I used as my bows. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's like, just like all that kind of stuff.
And that tree was probably just as gorgeous as any other.
I think it was prettier sometimes. And, you know, I thought it was great. And, you know, when the tree was done, we could just throw it all away.
Haul it outside.
Take it all out and stuff. So, I'm getting back to like when you lose a loved one, because this is a kind of important to me, like you said, to you could like how your family did, but in putting the picture frames. Is there anything else, like especially for like children, like anybody that has lost a
Tell stories about them.
tell story?
Let me tell you what your grandpa used to do and what he used to say. And maybe even have somebody to record the stories. And then maybe for next year, you have a book of memories.
I love that idea.
And after each Christmas gathering, you can write down the new memories that were made and take pictures.
Take
and put
pictures
them
of
in.
it.
Uh-huh.
I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
everything's so electronic now. You can do it electronically
know.
now and then do one and send it out to everybody. But
No.
less is more. Do things to build connectiveness.
Yes. And I also think too, like your faith right now, yeah, because it's really not about Santa. I know I keep talking about Santa Claus and all that. I just love Santa Claus. I wish I could go live with Santa Claus, but really Jesus
Mrs.
is.
Claus may have a problem with that.
I know.
saying.
I wouldn't want to bump her out. I just want to come help out. I don't want to bump her. I would never want to hurt anybody. No, but really the whole reason we have Christmas is because of Jesus. And early I want to go live with Jesus. That's who I really want to go live with. It's not Santa. And our faith is really important this time of year. And if you feel lost and you feel like, sometimes when you feel sad and you have nowhere else to turn, that's a good place to go find a church.
And right now, this time of year, they have beautiful masses, step in and take in some of the free Christmas concerts.
Absolutely. They have beautiful concerts that are going on right now.
Because Christmas is about the ultimate gift that was given.
Yeah,
You know?
it is. And you always feel welcome at church. That's the thing. It doesn't matter. I've been to different churches and, I love my Catholic church, but, I went to a Baptist church not too long ago and so powerful for me. I felt the love and the strength of people in there. And I just think if you're feeling down and you feel like there's nothing.
That's when you find one thing that you need to be grateful for.
There you go.
One thing. And then before you know it, maybe there's two things to be grateful for. And focus on that.
Yeah.
You could be sitting, you know what? I'm grateful for my friend from high school. Find them and call and see what happens.
And we were talking before we came on air about the social media.
Oh, social media
Tell.
is so detrimental because people are seeking validation because they're seeking connectiveness. And I remember having, she was like 16 years old and she said, so-and-so's not my friend anymore and blah, blah, blah. I said, why? You all been friends since kindergarten. What happened? And she said she did a thumbs up to a post she had done on Instagram or something like that versus a heart. I said, because I'm not tech savvy, I said, how do you know she did a thumbs up or a heart? But there's a way you can go in and see what people responded to.
See, I didn't know you could do
I didn't either.
The kids know.
And I was like, so you're willing to sacrifice how many years of friendship and the time she was there for you? And remember you running from home? Whose home did you run to? Because she put a thumbs up versus a heart? What are you really seeking? What did you really want from her in relation to that post? And if you were that concerned, why didn't you just pick up the phone and ask her?
Exactly.
So, social media has been like the great divide. People would rather text and hide versus picking up the phone.
Nobody picks up the phone. But yet in the social media though, but we were saying earlier, everybody, I don't go on social media and say, I'm miserable today. Or like when my daughter got diagnosed with cancer, I'm losing my mind and I don't think I'm going to make it today. Nobody puts that out there, but people do feel like that. And everything looks so, especially for the young. And I find it affects the younger kids, like the teenagers, that it really can cause.
Because they've lost the ability to learn how to communicate, how to express themselves. They think they can just put it in a post.
They don't get on the phone
and
and talk to each other.
And if the post is cryptic, you don't know what's going on until you find out 3 days later, oh, so-and-so killed themselves. But if you go back through some of the posts, you can sort of start putting the posts together. But I remember being at a restaurant looking at a family and everybody was on their phone versus eating and talking. One of the assignments I give families when I'm working with families sometimes is like, every Friday, every Sunday, whatever day works, everybody sit down and eat. But all phones are put in a basket
No phones.
at the farthest part of the house. I don't care if you put them in the garage.
No.
And make them sit.
And get off the Instagram and get off the Facebook.
Because it's smoke and mirrors. It's not real.
It's not. And then you can go, like, they look at all these reels or whatever they are. I don't know what the things they look at, and it's like these little short videos, and it's just I find that, like, it's garbage. It's just garbage, and it just messes with their little brains and their perception of reality. It's just not.
The amount of time kids spend on their phones doing TikToks or watching TikToks or making YouTubes or whatever. I mean, it could be like 14 hours a day.
No way.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know Lindsay was talking to me and saying that, like, her kids aren't going to get a phone.
Good for her.
If the only phone they will get is like
a
flip phone,
a dummy phone.
Those phones that and she's real conscious of. She doesn't. I mean, I know we're on YouTube, but she doesn't let she's not with the YouTube and all that stuff. She doesn't want the kids on it because it's not good for them.
It's not.
It's not.
The
it's
other
just
thing
not.
The whole social media thing has done is that it has allowed parents not to parent.
Oh, 100%.
You know, if you're 5 years old and I can stick you with an iPad and get you out of my hair, then I can be on my own iPad doing what I want to do. There's no supervision. There's no connect. How was your day? Come sit with me. Let me read your story.
Yeah, let me read you a book. And that's the one thing I noticed with Carter that he does that a lot of kids his age don't do. He loves books.
Nobody wants to read.
And he loves Barnes and Noble. And he would I just took him the other day. I said, "What do you want to get?" He goes, "Can we go buy a chapter book?" I was like, "Absolutely." So, I mean, I think those are the kind of things that you need to instill in your children and keep them away from, because that's evil. That computer, all that stuff in there, it just warps their little brains.
That's why when, the whole shutdown happened, families had problems because they had lost the ability to truly talk to each other.
You're right. Because I know when I was little, I mean, we ate dinner at the table. My kids, we always ate dinner at the table. I made sure we ate together as a family. And if we were doing sports and activities, we were together. But like kids now are just...
They don't even know what that's about because they're buying fast food. They don't know what it is to have mom cook. And kids are looking for that.
They're desperate.
Because home has to be the stable constant. No matter what's going on out in the world, they have to realize that, I can come home and I'm safe. This is a safe place where I can
100%.
be me. And I can, at least somebody's here to listen. Even if we don't agree.
Exactly. No, I knew. No, and that's one thing I have to say. When I was young, I was always getting in trouble. I was just like trouble.
Nah.
Yeah, I was trouble. I loved trouble. Trouble.
Trouble found you?
I found it.
If
it didn't find me, I was finding it. I loved, like, it was like, oh, somebody's having a party down there? Oh, I'm going. Like, I'm gonna find a way. But I always knew, like, this was my safe place. Like, I knew my parents be pissed at me about a whole bunch of things, but I always knew, because we had they talked to us. They did, we did do things. They tried to do stuff with us. I know I threw a fit lots of times with, what was it, Dad, that we did that I caused the hell with? Oh.
I don't know. That was a Indian princess thing we did one time.
Oh, God. That was terrible.
That didn't work for us, I don't think. But...
No, but what was it? Family night.
Oh, family night. Yeah, right.
Family night?
We would have family night.
Had a good name, but it...
Okay.
No, family night was fun. It was supposed to be fun. Sometimes it was fun, but, like, my mom would get, like, these really... Poor mom. She's trying to do a good job, but, like, she'd get, like, a project that was, like... I was so ADD. It was way past me. So I was like, within 2 seconds, I was like, "Oh, I'm not doing it." So
I'm done.
But those are the kind of things, like, I did do things with my kids. We colored. We went outside. I watched them play basketball.
Absolutely.
We did things. We went to the park.
Meets.
We went to track meets. Remember how many track meets did we go to? Can I tell you how funny that is? I really do miss watching them run. Isn't that crazy? And I was like, I used to hate it. I never because like they would have like the first event or and never the whole time we were there. Do you remember that?
Yes, absolutely.
But those were the best days. We got to see our kids run, and God, Lindsay has the best memories of staying at your house. You know what I mean? She loved it. So I mean, those were some good times, but we were doing stuff, and we weren't sitting here on the phone going,
absolutely.
Oh, our kid just ran. Okay. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what I see now, and I think that's going to give kids problems because you're supposed to be your child's
involved.
Yes,
you're supposed to be there with them, cheering them on, not looking at your phone or posting.
Or like, oh yeah, posting's a thing. I mean, I should post tonight, me and you. Hey.
Would not work.
I know. Well, okay, so you have some numbers too, Dad. Can you put up those numbers?
Some resources.
Yeah, those are some resources.
Yeah. Capital Area Human Services District offers outpatient therapy for mental health and substance abuse. And then nationwide, we have the 988 suicide hotline. And then there's also the Veterans Crisis Line. Those are the 3 best resources, especially for this time of year, for right now.
Oh, good. And Dad, will you have all of this and the race on our site or whatever it is?
Yeah, they'll be able to get to all of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll keep that up so people can you refer back to that. I think this is so important. I think it's important to have those numbers. I think it's important to hear that not everybody has the perfect family.
None of us do.
None of us do. It's important to hear that everybody struggles at times. Everybody has times of struggle.
That's just life.
That is life. It's such life. So I think I was blessed with having ADD, ADHD, where I just kind of went with the flow, even when my life was shit. It was, excuse me. When my life wasn't going good, I just had to I just kept going. I just had to keep going. And I know it's not that easy for everybody to do that sometimes. It's not.
The difference is you had a support system.
I do. I have a
so
wonderful
many people
family.
Don't.
Can't imagine.
And some people don't know even how to find it or develop it.
Can't imagine. I'm sure you see poor people like
all
that
the time.
all day long with nobody.
Absolutely. And sometimes, especially with the kids, sometimes you have to find that teacher. Or
Really?
the cafeteria worker that, will sit and listen to you. You just have to take the risk, though, to reach out.
The risk.
And that's a big thing. People don't want to take the risk because, especially once you become older, nobody wants to be seen as weak. And,
Absolutely.
Strength and weakness are opposite sides of the same coin. We're not supposed to be strong all the time. Think about the world and the seasons,
No, you're right.
We go through seasons of prosperity and then winter, barren, and then we go back to prosperity. So it's cyclical.
And that's the thing. When we see people that are struggling or need help, we need to
ask.
And we just need to help. I mean, I love to help. It makes me feel, I don't know, there's maybe something wrong with me. That's what I love.
No, there's nothing wrong
I like
with you.
helping, though. I do. I love helping. And I don't know. It just brings me joy sometimes to make other people happy. And people want to help. That's the thing people need to know. Like if you're sad and you're depressed, people want to help.
People want to help. And there's help out there.
There's tons of help out there.
And somebody will accept you for being who you are.
Absolutely.
You just got to take that risk to reach out and say, you know what? I'm not doing well today.
Exactly.
Don't put it on Facebook.
Yeah, don't put it on Facebook. That's the worst place. All right, Dad, do you have anything to say?
Oh, yes, I do. I'm the engineer and the geek over here, and I'm thinking about the holiday time. And, of course, the holiday time, the big holidays that we're talking about, the Thanksgiving and Christmas and so forth, New Year's, they all occur, during the late fall or almost in winter. And darn it, it's dark outside, it's cold, and it's overcast. And so, just on a practical basis, is there anything what can we do practically or mechanically to try to defeat some of those
the blues?
Kind of biological depressors just from what it looks like outside?
Well, bring joy inside. Bring some plants inside. Make fun centerpieces. Use candles. They even have the flameless candles now, which is actually probably safer.
Yeah.
but bring little bright spots into your home. Baking, because if we visually don't have, stimulatory stuff, use your olfactory. Bake brownies, bake cookies.
Good smells.
Yeah, good smells. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, because I love doing that too. When the grandkids come over, we always bake.
Mm-hmm.
And now Pearl can bake a cake all by herself. Can you believe that? Miss Pearl can bake a cake by her. I just have to hold the bowl.
Well,
But like us bringing this tree in, it makes makes the little podcast room look happy. It's just bringing. That's such a great idea because I'd get like that sometimes. I'm like, oh, I just don't like January. January's a sad month because it's cold. You can't go outside too much, and we're from the South. We like being outside.
Absolutely. The other thing would be to put on happy music.
Good music.
Yeah, good music. Oldies, 70s, 80s. As far as I'm concerned, is some of the best music
Absolutely,
ever.
It is.
But put on happy music.
I love the old stuff.
Classical music is absolutely wonderful too.
It is.
Classical Christmas music is just wonderful.
Well, I have the Christmas music playing in my kitchen all day long. All day long. All day. And and I love the old stuff. And I like Harry Connick. Oh God,
Harry Connick.
How I love Harry Connick.
And don't forget the Jackson 5 Christmas album.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
It's classic.
Yes, it's but see, I listen to all I have what I put on my Alexa is the classic Christmas music. Because I don't want all the new stuff. I want all the old stuff, except for Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Mariah is my girl. Love her. But anyway.
So yeah, definitely, use your senses.
Absolutely.
Candles, flameless candles, bring something in. And sometimes you can just make it yourself.
Absolutely.
Smells, baking, and music.
Perfect. All right.
Also, decluttering is also very, very good.
Oh, we've been doing that, huh, Dad?
Declutter.
Oh, yeah.
And look, I've been doing it at my parents over here, and I've been coming over, and it's so it's so much fun to do somebody else's house or clean somebody else's house. And I've been trying. I was supposed to clean Peanut's room because it's been the drunk room because she's coming home for the holiday, just coming to stay with us, I'm sure. And I haven't done it.
She's gonna be home soon.
I know, so I need to go clean that. But look, let's put on our happy headbands. Yeah. I got us these little happy headbands from Walgreens. They're so cute and they're fun. So go buy one of these if you need.
Absolutely.
Go get something that's. I think I bought
I got mine on.
Oh, my dad! I think I bought us all children's size. So. But anyways, thank you so much for being here.
Well,
I really do appreciate
it.
I so appreciate it so much. And
thank you, Monitetra.
I know, and please come back.
Absolutely.
And we definitely have more to talk about.
Definitely.
Always. All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us today.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you next week.